Welcome back, Mark. So we did a set of videos a couple of years ago, and we did an intro to this new set because there's been a lot of changes in Tintri. So one area I think there's been a lot of change and a lot of focus from especially service providers around orchestration and automation. How have the Tintri products evolved in that area?
So that's a great question, Lee. So it's not just the service providers. A lot of larger enterprise environments, they want the ability to provision new services very, very quickly. They want to be able to monitor a vast array of different services. They even want to be able to charge back, whether that's a line of business and the resources they're using, or for a service provider on a given customer basis. So orchestration, being able to provide the automation of a process and then having automation of individual tasks within that process is becoming very important. So what we've done at Tintri is we've basically incorporated PowerShell, so we've created a whole bunch of commandlets that will allow you to integrate into various environments that support that. So for example, in VMware uses PowerCLI. The syntax for PowerShell and PowerCLI are very, very similar indeed. So we can pass information into the VMware environment can pass information into the Tintri environment. So you can do things like, you can even automate failover and recovery of virtual machines if you want to do that. So, and that can all be scripted using PowerShell, PowerCLI. You can manipulate the virtual machines in any way that you can imagine actually. But equally so, we have a RESTful API. So if you prefer to create some kind of management portal and use REST to talk to Tintri and automate specific tasks, everything you can do from the management interface on a Tintri device, you can actually do over REST. So depending on what that is, whether it's provisioning services, whether it's billing, all of those capabilities are enabled through PowerShell or the RESTful API. So very important for certainly cloud-based deployments.
What specific applications are you integrating into that?
So, I mean, to be honest with you, any application that is capable of ingesting REST, anything that supports PowerShell, we can work with. But we are working with specific ecosystem type partners. So obviously we mentioned VMware earlier in discussion. VMware themselves have a number of tool sets. You will see from the vRealize family that the low-level vRealize orchestrator, for example, has the ability to talk to underlying devices to manipulate behaviors. From a storage device perspective, that might be as simple as creating a workflow around how you protect a VM. So creating snapshots, creating replication for individual VMs. So at Tintri, we already have integration into tools like vRops, for example, and we'll be expanding those capabilities to support a vRealize orchestrator, so then vRealize automation can leverage that orchestration capability, and then any of the vRealize applications can then start to talk directly to Tintri over a RESTful API.
That sounds really interesting. Thank you very much, Mark.
Thank you.